Hey, what's up YouTube? It's DJ from Agile Moto back again. So I'm recording this video because I realized in the introductory bleh, introductory video, I said I was going to let you know how I got my bike, how I got into motorcycle riding. Actually, I don't know if I said that, but I'm going to tell you today. So this is going to be a video of me going over how I got into motorcycle riding and how I got the bike that I have now. And I'm just going to play in the background a few video clips of when I went to a motorcycle club event hosted by the Nam Knights. I went to one of their events, and this is footage of that day's ride and the ride back home. So how I came to be a motorcycle rider. When I got into motorcycles, I was a kid, and what I remember was my dad was living in Florida, I was living in Virginia, and when I went to visit him for one summer, he picked me up from the airport with a Harley Davidson. And his wife at the time had ridden the Suburban, and he was on a motorcycle. And he gave me a choice. He said, you can either ride on the back of the motorcycle with me, or you can ride in the Suburban with Jackie. And I said, I'm gonna jump on a motorcycle. So I had never ridden on a motorcycle. I don't even think I had been around a motorcycle at that point. So I got on the back, and he told me what to do as far as making sure that I lean when he leans, and making sure that I didn't freak out or anything. So I took that advice, I got on the motorcycle, and off we went. It was a great experience. I loved it. And ever since there, I've been into motorcycles, but never really motivated myself to ride motorcycles or, take a course or get my license. And then, after a while, actually very recently, within the past year, I was really into motorcycles. I was watching a bunch of motorcycle videos online and on YouTube, and watching other motorcycle channels. And that's what really got me into the motivation to go out and get my license. So I finally decided to get my motorcycle license, and my wife, she joined in on my excitement. So we signed up to take a class together, and we took it down there in Tidewater at the Bayside Harley Davidson dealership in Portsmouth, Virginia. So we wanted to take it there because my mom could take care of our two daughters while we were taking our courses over the course of the 2 or 3 days. So we did that. We took that class back in I think it was September 2019. Backing up a little bit before that, so before we even took the class, I actually went online after we scheduled the class and everything. We bought all our gear that we needed to wear during the class. So I think we needed something to cover the arms, we needed some gloves, and we needed a helmet. So we bought our helmets online, some the cheapest helmets we could find that passed the DOT standards. So we bought those, and then we took our courses. Before we even took the class, I bought a 1996 Yamaha Virago XV750 or VX750, and I bought that in August 2019. I found it on Craigslist, and basically I just wanted a motorcycle to practice on. I had been watching a bunch of YouTube videos from people online who had posted how to ride videos, like how to ride a motorcycle videos. So I watched those. Also watched Ride Like a Pro, Revzilla, and MC Rider. I would definitely recommend all three of those channels for people who want to learn new motorcycle skills and improve the motorcycle skills that they have. And shout out to Jerry, Lemmy, or Kevin. If you see this video, hit me up for a collaboration, sharing best practices and advanced motorcycle safety skills to up and coming riders. I might actually do some of those videos on my own, so be on the lookout for those. So that was August, took the class in September. After that, during the class, I mean, it seems like I was born on a motorcycle. I was a natural at it. I actually aced the final course, so I think I was just born to ride. So after we took the course, I was super excited. September went by, and then I was just like, oh my gosh, I can't handle the 750 anymore. So I was like, okay, it's time for me to get my Harley. So I was looking online at like pre-owned motorcycles because I would never buy a motorcycle brand new. That's just something I don't do right now. The value drops significantly after you ride it off the lot, just like a car. So there's really no point in buying a brand new motorcycle. So I was looking for pre-owned motorcycles, and I wanted something that looked good. I wanted something that had some power, and I was looking for something that I didn't have to do a whole lot to. So at the time I was living in Northern Virginia. There was a Harley Davidson dealership in Manassas, Virginia, and that's actually where I bought my bike from. So I found a 2012 Dyna Fat Bob, and I showed y'all the video of that motorcycle in the introductory video. That's the motorcycle I still have. That was my first Harley. It's going to be my Harley for a while. And the reason I got that motorcycle is because they don't make Dynas anymore. Since Harley Davidson stopped making Dynas, I figured if I found this Dyna at a good price and it already has a lot of the customizations that I wanted to do anyway, I might as well get it, keep it, and at some point it'll be extremely valuable and I have that wow factor. I don't ever plan on getting rid of this motorcycle, even if it breaks down to a point where it's like unrepairable. I'll just keep it as a memento, you know. It'll be paid off. I wouldn't need to, sell it for, any money or anything. So even if it stops working, I plan on keeping it because the Dyna line was arguably one of the best motorcycle families that Harley Davidson has ever put out. It's extremely popular in motorcycle club culture, and it's extremely popular because it was the bike family featured in Sons of Anarchy. Most of the bikes that the Sons of Anarchy characters rode were Dynas, so there's always that wow factor that it's got going on for it. It's like a legacy that will never die. So after I got this motorcycle, I was like, cool, I'm a pro now. I have a Harley Davidson. No, I didn't know shit. So one day I decided to drive from Manassas to Portsmouth, and that went well. On the way back, did not consider that it might rain, and lo and behold, it started raining, and I didn't have any rain gear. This was my first time getting caught in the rain on a motorcycle, so I had no clue what I was doing. Long story short, I got soaked, and it was probably starting to get a lot colder at that point. This was late October, and it was extremely miserable on the way back. So before I even made it out of out of Portsmouth, I was like, this is way too much for me to handle. So we made it all the way up to Richmond, Virginia, which, if you don't know anything about Virginia, it's pretty much between Tidewater and Northern Virginia. So it was maybe about 60 miles from where we had started, out of a total maybe 90 miles. So we got there, and I went to the Richmond Harley Davidson dealership and basically bought all the rain gear under the sun that I could buy. I bought a pair of gauntlet gloves. I bought the whole Harley Davidson, blaze orange reflective rain gear. I bought new boots. Just everything. Basically one of those face palm moments where you're like, wow, this bill is really high. But, I justified it as, I'd rather spend this money now than get caught in the rain again without it. So I bought all of that, and, once I got geared up, got back on the road, it was honestly, for my first time being in the rain, I was more comfortable knowing that I had the rain gear on than without it. Yes, it was scary because, you know, I didn't know if I was gonna hit a slick spot or just like not know how to handle the rain and the water on the ground. I was super like tense, not tense, but like worried something might happen. So I always kept my guard up, and I just basically remembered everything I learned in class. You know, I took it slow. I gave myself plenty of space in between the car in front of me and myself. And I tried to stay out of those pockets of cars where they clump together in these like little packs. So I went around and I didn't speed, and you know, thankfully I got back home safely. So definitely a lesson learned there. Fast forward to November, we ended up selling our house in Manassas and moved up to Massachusetts, and that's where we are now. So I'm in the greater Boston area. If there's any other motorcycle riders who's watching this video and you're down to ride, just hit me up in the comments. We'll set up something. So I actually rode my motorcycle all the way from Virginia to Massachusetts. That was definitely the longest distance I had ever ridden. It was pretty cool. And like I said, at that time, November, it was super cold outside. So definitely a learning experience there. One of the biggest takeaways was plan your ride. Make sure you know what the weather's gonna be. I would definitely recommend to everyone take a course, practice, and get out and ride. So that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit me up in the comments if you have any questions, suggestions, any feedback at all. I love to hear from the viewers. And again, this channel is for us to experience things together. If there's knowledge that I have, I would love to share with other riders. Like I said, I haven't been riding a very long time as far as chronologically is concerned, but as far as seat time, I have a lot of experiences, and I think I ride quite a bit. So until next time, peace. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe.